What I'm going to talk about today is the relevant changes for hat format. I haven't made a hat video in quite a long time, and initially what I was going to do was make a rulings video on how cards and hat work because of our locals was doing hat, and then we switched to Tengu, and now we're doing Return of the Duelist. So there's a lot. Because basically there was no hat tournaments going on, I kind of held back on it, and I'm kind of glad I did because the video is now irrelevant, so I can just delete that, and I'll leave it in the back burner in case people want to know exactly how it worked, right? Well. This would be the third time that I make a video to talk about changes or specific things that I want to, and then Konami changes their mind again. So yeah. Okay. So look, I was going to talk about the relevant changes of hat and how it impacts certain cards and somewhat the mechanics that we play. And now I can't do that because Konami, as you can see right up top, has just changed its policy on how it will work with the Time Wizard events. They state above, the Time Wizard events will in fact use the game mechanics and the card text of the era in question at the NAWCQ this year, right? Whereas it wasn't going to be that way prior to them, I guess, retracting or updating, right? So what does this mean? Well, Edison players, you can rejoice, right? You guys won. Now, does this matter overall? No, right? Like as you read further, it says this is an update to an earlier FAQ, and in the future we will offer the TCG version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel's time travel format, which uses the current mechanics but older time pool, and both Time Wizard and Time Travel will be offered at LTS level. So who knows what's going to happen after the NAWCQ, but look, they're still positive to this, and I'll go over that really quick. Positive is, look, if you spent money for the trip for next month, and this basically ruined your chances, or not really your chances, but your like your enthusiasm to go. Hopefully this brought it back. Hopefully it now doesn't feel like a waste of money, right? But there's still negatives on this, right? Number two, the people that saw this information that were going to the NAWCQ purposely for just Time Wizard, and who canceled their tickets, canceled their hotel, etc. If they want to get it again, it might cost more to do so at this point. So sucks to the individuals that got essentially bamboozled. Now, how does this impact the future? Well, look, in the future we might see them then update how they're going to conduct Time Wizard and see if they enforce it or not, right? For the time being, it looks like Time Wizard is going to remain as it is for its respective format. So it looks like I'll be able to actually introduce some rulings for hat, which at least gives me a video to upload, right? So no hard feelings there. I actually welcome the change because I would like to see a spin on how Edison would be played now with the corrected rulings and card mechanics and updated card text, right? And see what kind of fresh spin it could have provided us players. But I do know that a large handful, probably the majority of Edison players, were not overall happy with the change. And so, you know, it's fine. This is probably for the best in the short term, and in the long term, if they want to implement, you know, the other rule changes, then hey, so be it. I can only hate on it so much because, like, you know, I actually liked the change that was coming up, and I loved seeing everyone and their mama complain about it who play Edison regularly. in the grand scheme of things, it ultimately did not impact me too much, because while yes, I do play Time Wizard regularly, I play Modern still more often and love to continue playing Yu-Gi-Oh as it is right now. However, at the end of the day, I'm not going to shit on Konami for introducing this this reverted change back to the player base. It shows that if anything, they do listen, right? Which is good. We need Konami to listen in the future to, you know, to basically improve the game state, right? They done many improvements to the health of the game, where in 2024 we saw a lot of players not wanting to continue because of the strength of decks. They have since reduced that down, right? Malice, Ryzeal, and with the support cards, Punk, Orcus, etc., Fiendsmith, right? Those cards are very manageable and healthy for the game nowadays. Probably could still use a bit of an improvement, but is a lot better than, you know, summoning Snake Eye Ash and getting a crazy end board and infinite follow-up, right? So it's good that Konami is listening and opening its ears to criticisms of the community, and we also see them implementing the change by providing us with like price support, right? Good price support that at the very least makes it more worth traveling to events. Is it that insane? I still say no, because why am I as a modern player getting a card trooper for top 32, right? But at the end of the day, it's a welcome change. So congratulations to all Time Wizard players that were not a fan of the change. Your format at the very least does survive for a bit longer. And yeah, I mean, that's really all I have. Like, I'm not mad or happy about the change. I'm fine. I would have been indifferent no matter what, because I actually would have liked to see how the game changed for Time Wizard with the old rulings, but if I still have to play with priority, with broken brain control and all that stuff, you know, I'm still gonna play Edison and every other Time Wizard format that I choose whenever it's brought upon me to do so. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Hopefully, if you were a supporter of this, again, congratulations. And if you were like me, who either you know, would have played no matter what, or if you were someone that actually wanted the change 100%, at least you got a new idea of how to play your Time Wizard format, right? And hopefully you could probably just gather a few people and see how it is to play with an updated rule base. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Have a wonderful day.